Welcome to this video. I will show you how you can get into a car, drive it, and then get back out again. And this is all in the third person mode. And we are switching between a third person mode and a car controller. So the first thing you need is a standard asset pack or some kind of a car. I would recommend you to download it directly from the asset store because then it has some prefabs in it. So I already imported the standard asset pack completely, and you will find a folder called vehicles, and in this vehicles folder there's a car folder, and under it there is a prefab folder for all the cars. So I will choose this car and drag and drop it anywhere in my scene, and there we go. One thing I want to get rid of is a car user control, because this controls the car based on the horizontal and vertical input. Just right click, remove it, and we're good to go. We have to go back to our third person controller. It can be any kind of controller or a completely new script, whatever you want, but I prefer to have all in one script and just add some methods to this update routine. I already have implemented some of these things like walking, shooting, jump, and crouch. These are all videos I covered up in my channel. You can have a look at my videos, you will find them somewhere. So I will add one method called CarUpdate. I think this is pretty obvious. And create this method. So in this method we will do everything we need for the car. So let me have a look at the car. The car has a car audio script and a car controller script. And what we need is the car controller. So here I will add everything for the car. Protected, car controller, car controller. Okay, now we have to import Unity standard asset vehicles car, and then everything looks fine. So we will need this later on. For example, if this car controller equals null, we will just do nothing, or maybe we will check for the car. So check if the player wants to get into a car. And here drives the car. So if we have a car controller attached, we can do something like carController.Move. This is a method in the carController script by Unity. So we have a value for steering, acceleration, foot brake, and handbrake. Let's start with the steering. We will use the joystick or some kind of input. Just say, okay, left joystick horizontal. You can also use Input.GetAxis horizontal. So this means one of those two will be taken into account to calculate the horizontal steering. So the acceleration, it's basically the same. We take the vertical axis. So, and the next thing is the foot brake. So you can pass the same value for acceleration and foot brake. I don't know why, but this is the case here. And the last value is the handbrake. We don't use this. We only use acceleration and foot brake. I think this is more than enough for our game. So this is driving the car. The more interesting question is how to get into the car and how to prevent that other things weren't updated, like the player position and so on. So therefore we have to modify our update routine. If the car controller is null, we will do things like walking, shooting, jumping, and crouch, and otherwise we will do the car update. Or maybe we will always update the car and distinguish the cases here in the car update. So as soon as we have a car controller attached, everything's fine. Okay, one thing I want to do is just set the current position to the same position as the car controller. Transform position. Okay, the next thing I do is to update the UI. I will copy one of those handles or buttons. I will call it the car button. Just move the car button here. Change the text to C for car or car. Yeah, it fits perfectly. Okay, and update our script. The car button should be one of our properties. And as soon as we did that, our script should now have a slot for our car button. There we go. So at first we create an overlapping sphere with a physics class. So the sphere is starting at the transform position and the radius is 2 float. This means that we cast the sphere around the player and everything or every collider that is within the sphere will be returned. So this is a collection of the colliders and we will iterate through this collection and check if one of the colliders has a car controller, and if this is the case, we know, okay, the car is in our range and we set the car controller to the current car. One further thing we want to do is just to hide our player, and therefore we need a skinned or some kind of a mesh renderer. And we will make this mesh renderer protected, and we will get the component as always in the start method, getComponent mesh renderer, or in this specific case we have a SkinnedMeshRenderer, and we say okay, as soon as we have set the car, set the GameObject.SetActive false. To make the complete thing work, we need to add a sphere collider to our car, make it as a trigger so that this waycast or sphere overlap will work. And you should set the trigger as big as you want, so if the player is here or here, the player can access the car immediately. Another thing that you have to change is you shouldn't get the component directly, you should get the component in children, because the SkinnedMeshRenderer in my case is underneath my current script, which is here. Okay, let's try this. We will go to the car, click on car, and then we can drive the car. Looks pretty good to me. One thing that is missing is a camera control, and the camera has to be handled differently as soon as we are in the car. So let's explain these two lines of code. We have to set the position and the rotation of the camera. The position is more easy. The position is just the car position, but we don't want to have the car or the camera directly in the car. We want to have it a little bit outside. So we take the current rotation and multiply it by a vector. So we want to go 0 units in the x direction, 7 units in the y direction, so a little bit up, and minus 10 units in the Z direction. So we go a little bit further away from the car. The next thing is the rotation, and we have to set the look rotation. And therefore we have to define an up vector as the second parameter. It's just up so that the camera is steady. And the rotation or look to vector should be the car controller position. So the position of the car minus the current camera position. And I will add a vector up times 2 so that the camera look direction isn't directly onto the car, but a little bit above the car so that we can look a little bit further. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I go to the car, get into the car, and you can see I'm looking not directly at the car, I'm looking 2 units up in the Y direction. The current position of the camera is 10 units in the Z direction and 7, or was it 7? Yes, 7 units in the Y direction and minus 10 units in the Z direction. And now I'm able to drive. And here are the lines of code. So get out. We have to check if the car button is pressed. If the car button is pressed, I set it to false. This trick prevents the player to just swapping between in the car and outside the car every frame. This line should be added here as well. And you can set the car controller to 0 or to null and set the renderer active again. So basically what we do is the worth of these 2 lines. Here we have set the car to the car reference and disable the renderer, and here we will re-enable the renderer and set the car controller to null. So these are a few lines of code. I will copy these lines, paste them in the description so that you can have a deeper look into it. This is only a concept, not a final game. Animations are missing, some things are missing, but in general, let's try it. Our character is now able to do a lot of things, for example, get into a car, and then we can drive. So you can improve the script, for example, by just disable all the buttons that you don't want to have right now, like we disabled the renderer. And we are able to drive forward, backward, and also get out of the car. So if you like the video, leave a like, subscribe, request more. I really enjoyed this tutorial series with the third-person controller. I don't know what I can show you that you didn't see right now. So just let me know in the comments what you want to see in the future. And I will drive for the rest of the day in this little level and have some fun.